Hey there, coin enthusiasts! Today we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, the Lincoln Wheat Penny. From its rich history to its astonishing values, we'll uncover the top 4 most valuable wheat pennies and what makes them so special. Stay tuned. Your pocket change might just hold a treasure. 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during a time of prosperity in the United States. The D mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint, which produced over 746 million of these pennies that year. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the iconic wheat penny design pays homage to President Abraham Lincoln and celebrates America's agricultural roots with the wheat stalks on the reverse side. Let's break down the key features of this coin. The obverse side features a profile of Lincoln with the inscription "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the minting year 1952. The reverse side displays 2 wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. But here's where things get exciting for collectors. The 1952 D penny has a few known minting errors. Keep an eye out for repunched mint marks, where the D mint mark might appear to have been punched more than once, and die cracks or cuds, which create raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin. Now, let's talk value. The worth of your 1952 D Lincoln Wheat Penny depends largely on its condition or grade. Most circulated 1952 D pennies are worth around 3 to 10 cents. However, uncirculated examples in mint condition can fetch anywhere from $2 to $15. Coins with errors, or those graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services, can command prices of $100 or more. Here are some quick tips for collectors. First, examine your coins carefully, using a magnifying glass to spot any errors or signs of wear. Second, protect your collection by storing coins in holders or albums to prevent damage. Finally, for higher value coins, consider professional grading to authenticate and maximize their value. Next, today we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1947 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny. Is it just another penny, or does it have hidden value? Stick around and you might be surprised. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features Lincoln's iconic portrait, while the reverse showcases 2 wheat ears, showcasing prosperity and abundance. This design remained in use until 1958, making it a staple of U.S. coinage for nearly 50 years. The 1947 D penny, minted in Denver, features the D mint mark just below the date on the obverse. Denver struck over 194 million of these coins that year, making them relatively common today. However, there's more to this coin's value than just its mintage number. The condition of a coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Heavily circulated 1947 D pennies with significant wear are typically worth only a few cents. Coins in fine to extremely fine condition with minimal wear and clear details can be valued at around 25 cents to $1. Uncirculated coins with no wear, often called mint state coins, can range from $3 to $10 or more, depending on the grade. What really excites collectors are rare varieties and errors. For the 1947 D penny, look out for repunched mint marks, where the D mint mark appears doubled. These can increase the value to $10, $30 or more. Other errors, like die cracks, cuds, or off-center strikes, can make the coin worth significantly more, with some rare examples fetching $50 or higher. Always inspect your coins carefully. Under magnification, you might uncover a hidden treasure. If you're collecting Lincoln Wheat pennies, remember to preserve them in protective holders to prevent damage. Knowing how to grade your coins is crucial for evaluating their condition and value. And always keep an eye out for unique errors or varieties that could make your pennies stand out. So, what's the 1947 D penny worth today? In circulated grades, it's typically worth 10 to 25 cents. Uncirculated examples can fetch between $3 and $10 or more, while rare errors or varieties could be worth $10 to $100 plus, depending on demand and rarity. Remember, coin values can fluctuate based on market trends and collector interest. Next, the Lincoln Wheat Penny, first minted in 1909, is is one of the most iconic coins in American history. It was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a detailed profile of Lincoln, the first real person to appear on U.S. coinage. Before this, coins featured allegorical figures like Liberty. The reverse showcases two wheat ears, framing the words Quo Donats and United States of America, along with the Latin motto Qui Pluribus Unum. This design, often referred to as the wheat penny, remained in use until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. In 1945, the United States was nearing the end of World War II, and coin production was booming to meet the demands of a growing economy. That year, the U.S. Mint produced over 1.4 billion wheat pennies across 3 facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Let's break down the numbers. The Philadelphia Mint, which does not use a mint mark, struck over 1 billion coins. The Denver Mint, indicated by a small D below the date, produced approximately 266 million coins. The San Francisco Mint, marked by an S, minted around 181 million coins. With such high production numbers, the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is not considered rare, but its value can still vary greatly depending on its condition, errors, and other unique factors. Now, let's talk about grading. The condition of a coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Here's what you need to know. Circulated coins are the most common and show significant wear from years of use. A heavily worn 1945 penny is usually worth just its face value or a few cents. Fine to extremely fine coins have minor wear but retain much of their detail. These coins can be worth 10 to 25 cents. Uncirculated coins, also called mint state, have no wear and retain their original luster. Depending on the grade, these coins can range from $1 to $5 or even more. It's always a good idea to check your coin carefully. Even small details can make a big difference in value. Speaking of details, one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is discovering errors and varieties. While the 1945 penny is common, certain errors can significantly increase its value. Here are some key things to look for. These appear as raised lines on the coin caused by cracks in the minting die. Each crack is unique, making these coins interesting to collectors. Off-center strikes. If the coin was struck off-center during production, it creates a misaligned design. The more off-center, the higher the potential value, with some examples fetching $10 to $50 or more. This occurs when the mint mark was stamped more than once, creating a doubling effect. Coins with RPMs can be worth $10 to $30 or more, depending on their clarity and rarity. Errors like these make even a common 1945 penny a potential treasure, so always inspect your coins carefully under good lighting and magnification. To preserve your coins and their value, it's essential to handle them properly. Use gloves to avoid transferring oils from your hands, and store your coins in protective holders to prevent scratches or environmental damage. A magnifying glass or microscope is a must-have tool for identifying small errors or details. Next, the 1941 minted wheat penny is one of the key dates in the wheat penny series, minted in San Francisco. Despite its relatively high mintage, the condition of these coins can vary dramatically, and when you encounter one in bad condition, its value can be quite different than a high-grade example. In this video, we'll be talking about what to expect from the 1941 S in poor condition, also known as a coin with heavy wear and little detail left. Let's take a step back in time. 1941 was a pivotal year, with the United States on the brink of entering World War II. This coin was struck during that period of intense global conflict, and while it may look simple today, it carries a lot of historical weight. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny was minted at the San Francisco Mint. Over 88 million of these coins were produced, but many of them circulated heavily, meaning most you'll find today have been worn down over time. So, what does bad condition mean? Typically, a 1941 circuit penny in bad shape will have worn details, like a flattened Lincoln's portrait and indistinct lettering. The wheat stalks on the reverse may be completely worn away, and the coin could have discoloration or even corrosion. A key feature to check is the date. Sometimes, in bad condition, the year can be difficult to read, which makes identifying these coins a challenge. Now, let's talk about value. The 1941 wheat penny in bad condition, like this one, typically falls in the good to fair category on the grading scale. In these grades, its value is around 10 to 15 cents, depending on the specific wear and any other factors like damage or environmental corrosion. Coins in worse condition, such as those with significant damage or heavy wear, may only be worth a few cents. But don't worry, while this may not be a high-value coin, it's still a part of history. Even in bad condition, the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny holds value for collectors who are interested in completing sets or those who focus on historical coins. It's a reminder of the era and the widespread circulation of these coins during wartime. Keep in mind that better-conditioned 1941 pennies, especially those in fine or very fine grades, can be worth much more, sometimes up to a few dollars, but in bad condition, this coin will likely stay in the more affordable range. If you find a 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, even in bad condition, it's important to handle it carefully to preserve what remains. Avoid cleaning it with abrasive materials, as that can lower its value. Store it in a protective case to shield it from further wear. 1955 Lincoln wheat penny. While it doesn't get as much attention as the famous 1955 double die, this Denver minted penny is still a collector favorite. Minted at the Denver Mint in 1955, this penny was part of the last few years of the iconic wheat penny series, which ended in 1958. It's a coin from an era where the US was booming economically, and Lincoln pennies symbolized unity and progress. The obverse features the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with "In God We Trust" above and the date 1955 to the right. The reverse shows two wheat stalks surrounding the phrase 1 cent, a design that ran from 1909 to 1958. The Denver Mint struck an impressive 5, 6, 3, 2, 5, 7, 5, 0, 0 of these coins, making them relatively common. In circulated condition, these coins are worth about 5 to 20 cents, but in uncirculated, mint state grades, their value can jump to $5 to $25 or more, depending on condition. However, what truly excites collectors are the errors 1-1, 1-3, 1-2. These errors can increase the value significantly, fetching anywhere from $50 to $200 or more, depending on their rarity and clarity. Overall, the 1955D is a staple for any Lincoln wheat penny collection, and a must-have for those building a year and mint set. Next up, the 1947 Lincoln wheat penny, minted 2 years after the end of World War II. This penny reflects an America rebuilding and moving forward. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1, 9, 0, 5, 5, 0, 0, 0 of these coins, making them fairly common but still sought after by collectors. The obverse showcases Lincoln's profile, with fine details in his hair and beard, while the reverse features the classic wheat stalks, standing tall, a symbol of agriculture and prosperity. In circulated condition, these coins are typically worth 10 to 20 cents, while mint state pieces can fetch between $2 and $15. High-grade specimens in MS-67 or higher have been known to command over $100 at auction. Keep an eye out for key errors like off-center strikes and die cracks, which can significantly increase the value. This penny is an excellent entry point for beginner collectors due to its affordability and historical significance. Next, the 1922 Lincoln wheat penny is where things get really interesting. While pennies were struck at 3 mints that year, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, only the Denver Mint actually produced pennies in 1922. This makes the 1922 D a key date for collectors. The Denver Mint struck 7, 1, 6, 0, 0, 0 pennies that year, but poor minting practices led to some coins missing the D mint mark entirely, giving us the famous 1922 no-day error. Standard 1922D pennies in circulated condition are worth about $20 to $75, while mint state coins can go for $500 to $1,500 or more. The 1922 No D era is the standout rarity and can fetch anywhere from $500 to over $30,000, depending on grade and condition. This era occurred because of overused dies that left the mint mark faint or entirely absent. Collectors prize this coin for its rarity and uniqueness, making it a dream find for any numismatist. Next, the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny was minted during the final years of World War II, a time when the U.S. Mint was producing coins in high numbers to support the war effort. This year's pennies were made of copper and zinc, reverting back to the original alloy after the experimental 1943 steel cents. The steel cents were discontinued because they often rusted and were confused with dimes. By 1944, spent shell casings from the war were repurposed to help mint these copper pennies, a unique historical connection. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's profile, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the familiar inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1944. The reverse showcases the classic wheat stalks, framing 1 cent, with United States of America below and E Pluribus Unit above. This design, in use since 1909, remains a favorite among collectors. The 1944 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1, 4, 3, 5, 4, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 coins. These pennies do not have a mint mark. Denver Mint struck about 4, 3, 0, 5, 7, 8, 0, 0, 0 coins, marked with a small D below the date. San Francisco Mint produced 2, 8, 2, 7, 6, 0, 0, 0, 0 coins, marked with an S. In circulated condition, most 1944 pennies are worth about 5 to 10 cents due to their high mintage. However, in uncirculated condition, their value can jump to $5 to $10, with higher grade specimens in MS65 or above commanding $50 or more. Eras and varieties are what make the 1944 penny even more exciting. The 1944 steel penny is the standout era. A few steel planchettes from 1943 were accidentally used in 1944, creating one of the rarest and most valuable eras in U.S. coinage. These are extremely rare and can sell for $75,000 to over $100,000 at auction. Another valuable era is the 1944 D/S over mint mark, where a D mint mark was stamped over an S. These coins are sought after and can be worth $50 to $400, depending on condition. Collectors love the 1944 penny for its historical significance, abundance in circulation, and the thrill of finding rare eras. It's an accessible coin for beginners and a rewarding one for experienced numismatists. And there you have it. 3 incredible Lincoln wheat pennies, each with its own unique story and collector appeal. Whether it's the common but classic 1955 D, the post-war 1947, or the rare and intriguing 1922, these coins are treasures worth learning about. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to USA Coin for more coin history, values, and collecting tips. Don't forget to comment below if you have any of these pennies or questions about them. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.